close to collapse. Those are the words swirling around Meghan Markle's latest business venture, as ever. What was supposed to be her big moment, her chance to finally step into the spotlight on her own terms, has instead turned into a storm of ridicule, financial questions, and brutal headlines. Insiders claim the brand is spiraling, and Meghan herself is struggling to hold it together. Could this be the breaking point that topples everything she's built since leaving the royal family? Stick around because we're breaking down the chaos, the shocking truths behind the collapse, and what this all means for Meghan's future. And hey, before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because here at USA StarSpill, we bring you the raw truth and the juiciest celebrity drama every single day. Let's rewind for a second. Meghan Markle left the royal family in 2020 with Prince Harry, chasing freedom, independence, and the chance to build something meaningful outside the palace walls. She had star power, Hollywood connections, and the sympathy of millions who believed she had been wronged by the British press. But turning that attention into a lasting empire? That's where things got complicated. Her first big swing came with Archetypes, the Spotify podcast that launched with a bang, topping charts and grabbing headlines, only to fizzle out after just one season. Then came big promises with Netflix, splashy interviews, and a series of projects that were either quietly canceled or received with mixed reviews. But Meghan wasn't done. She wanted her own brand, her own empire, something bigger than podcasts and documentaries, something that could define Meghan Markle, entrepreneur, and that's where As Ever came in. In 2025, Meghan unveiled her lifestyle brand As Ever Think Jams, Preserves, Home Goods, and Aspirational Living. It was her answer to Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop or Martha Stewart's Empire, but instead of applause, the launch was met with laughter. Critics mocked everything from the logo, which some said looked suspiciously borrowed, to the idea of luxury jams in a world already drowning in lifestyle brands. Headlines were brutal. Sky News called the launch ridiculed. Royal commentator Tom Quinn noted that social media had a field day turning As Ever into a punchline. And while Meghan tried to put on a brave face, saying she was giving herself grace to make mistakes, insiders whispered about financial trouble, poor leadership decisions, and a brand identity that never really made sense. And then came the celebrity critiques. Bethenny Frankel, never one to hold back, delivered savage advice, saying Meghan and Harry had spread themselves too thin, trying to do too many things without a solid foundation. She compared Meghan's mistakes to rookie moves in business and even suggested that As Ever was doomed unless someone with real branding expertise took over. Royal experts piled on, too. Hugo Vickers blasted Meghan for using her children, especially Lilibet, in promotional material, calling it hypocritical, given her long-standing demand for privacy. The media seized on this, painting Meghan as out of touch, contradictory, and desperate for attention. But what most people don't know is that behind the polished Instagram posts and curated product shots, the launch was chaos. Meghan struggled to find executives willing to lead the company. At one point, the brand faced legal questions over its name and logo, which bore similarities to other trademarks. Even Tina Brown, a respected editor and commentator, reportedly dismissed Meghan's ideas as total crap, saying she didn't have a clear vision and was relying too much on her celebrity rather than real strategy. This isn't the first time Meghan has faced these hurdles. Her Netflix project Pearl, an animated series about a young girl, was quietly scrapped before it even had a chance to shine. Each failure added pressure, and when As Ever stumbled out of the gate, critics weren't surprised. They said it was just history repeating itself. Brand insiders are now warning that unless As Ever finds a breakout hit product soon, it could collapse entirely. In today's lifestyle market, where TikTok trends dictate what sells and younger audiences decide what's hot, Meghan's jam jars and homeware items feel outdated. Some experts say she should pivot hard, rebrand once again, or risk losing any credibility she has left as a businesswoman. So what does all this mean for Meghan Markle? If As Ever fails, it won't just be about one business flop. It could mark the collapse of her credibility as a serious entrepreneur. Critics will argue that Meghan's star power alone isn't enough to sustain a lasting empire. And in Hollywood, perception is everything. On the other hand, if she can somehow turn this around, if she can transform the ridicule into a comeback story, this could be the redemption arc she desperately needs. We've seen this before. Meghan's Archetypes podcast had the same pattern. Huge hype, initial success, then a sharp drop-off. The same with Netflix. projects announced with excitement but rarely delivering what fans were promised. This cycle of overpromise and underdeliver is starting to define her career. And fans are beginning to wonder, can Meghan ever break free of this pattern? Or is she destined to repeat it? At the end of the day, Meghan Markle's As Ever brand is more than a jam company. It's a symbol of her attempt to rewrite her story, to build an empire outside the royal shadow. But right now, that empire looks shaky. The ridicule is loud, the criticism is harsh, and the brand itself feels like it's teetering on the edge. So I'll leave you with this question, StarSpill family. Do you think Meghan can turn As Ever around? Or is this truly the beginning of the end for her entrepreneurial dreams? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget, subscribe so you never miss the next deep dive into Hollywood and royal drama.